As you know, my channel is about bipolar disorder, and of course I read a lot of literature about it. And frankly speaking, there are not many books about the subject. In Russia, for example, there are almost zero, and most of them written by psychiatrists, that people who are not suffering from bipolar disorder. And because of it, it's safe to say that it's always interesting to read first-hand experience. Most of the books, they're similar to each other. It's about highs and lows, mania and depression. And befriending bipolar is a brand new experience. Befriending bipolar, it's like the Mariana Trench in the bipolar ocean. It shows you the darkest depths of disorder, including tough hallucinations, real crazy behavior, and total out of this reality. Hello there, my name is Yuri and I have borderline personality disorder and bipolar disorder. Wow, bipolar disorder 1 I mean. And today I wanna make a review about one book that I like so much. It's the book by Oliver Seligman, Befriending Bipolar. And in this review I'm gonna tell you why you should read this book. Doesn't matter you like it or not. On this stage of progress people cannot cure bipolar disorder. The author has tried all the ways of dealing with his bipolar disorder. He tried to fight with this, he tried to avoid it, tried to pretend not to having it, giving up to it. And then he came to conclusion that the only way to live with it is like to make your bipolar disorder your friend. And the book about it. It's about living well with bipolar disorder. To be honest, I was so impressed by this book that after reading I just contacted the author, and it turned out that he's so open-minded and supportive guy. He even agreed to give us an interview, which I did on our regular clubhouse meetings called Bipolar Comedy Club. And I can assure you that this book is flesh and blood life of a person who is suffering from bipolar disorder. Who this book is for? First of all, this book is for people who inflicted by bipolar disorder, who wants to know more about their disease. For partners of bipolar people who wants to understand their beloved ones more. For doctors who wanna level up their knowledge about bipolar disorder to completely new stage of it. And for people who want to know more interesting stuff about psychiatry. I, for instance, love to read books by British neurobiologist Oliver Sacks. I love the way he enlightened interesting cases of his patients without boring medical language. The things I like in the book. The book contains a lot of priceless information that is difficult to find in other books. For example, the author describes several types of mania, that it's not always as joyful as you can seem. That it's possible to live for such a long time in a state of hypomania and think that it's all okay with it. It's first-hand experience and author perfectly knows what he's speaking about. Where else can you find a tale of bipolar experience for 30 years written so openly and cold turkey? He's speaking about his experience so openly and he not afraid of being ashamed by some spicy moments in his life. Once I read a book by a Russian psychologist who has bipolar disorder, and the book made me cringe so much because of her hypocrisy. Just after I just read half a book, I closed the book and went to send the bad review to the author. Because all the readings I had impression that she's just afraid to say too much, to look some strange or abnormal in her reader's eyes. She was afraid to destroy that decent look, the decent picture of her as a doctor who never makes any mistakes. The book made an impression to be only about author's mellow mood swings, about her flirting with her psychiatrist. The book Befriending Bipolar contains a lot of humor and it's easy to read. During the reading we were laughing out loud with my wife a lot. And we were laughing not upon Oliver, but together with him. There's a whole big topic about medication. Author described in details what happened with him when he decided to quit. I know that the topic about medication is quite complicated for any bipolar person, including me. It's not so pleasant to hear that you have to take medicine till the end of your lives. And many people get decision to quit medication by their own will or by pressure from their friends or relatives. Some friends just say that you what loser to take medicine, you don't need it, or you're so lazy that some people can stay without medication with bipolar disorder, and why you need to take it, just try, it's a good way to try, it's worth of it. And Oliver shows in detail what happened with him. The book also tells you a lot about meditation and the benefits you will get after integrating it in your life. I personally started to meditate on a daily basis after reading the book, and I can tell you that it's worthy thing to do. In the end of each chapter there are a list of learnings that you can get from the chapter, and it's so comfortable to get just main ideas of it. It's not without purpose that I made several water associations in the beginning of the video. The cover of the book itself contains a picture of the Rough Sea. Maybe it's just a reference to one of the brightest moments of the book. And it's not a spoiler, because you can read it in a free sample on Amazon, when several monsters appear from the water hunting for him. Or maybe it's not as literal as that. Perhaps it's how the author visualized it, what befriending bipolar is. I do hope that after reading this book you will look at your bipolar disorder not as a cruel or heartless element, but as a beautiful and friendly water flow. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please press thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe this channel to support me. You can order the book Befriending Bipolar on Amazon or on the Oliver's sites. I put in the description below both links on Oliver's Instagram and on his site. Thank you so much for staying with me, stay tuned and see you. Bye.